in my fate today.
Falling off the edge today.
I am just a man, not superhuman.
I'm not superhuman.
Someone save me from the hate. It's just another war.
Next stop on the Castrol GTX Cup Series, stop number 18, brings us to Sonoma, California, in the wine country as it is known, and the running of the Fuller House 350. Now that's here. I know it's kind of weird name, but I like that show. So, but anyway, so we'll see who wins, see who takes it all today here at Sonoma. Sorry I can't talk here, but let's get the starting line ball ready here on this racetrack. It's Levi McIntyre and the XI Bears SKF Ford Taurus. He's on the pole for today's event here with a speed of 92 miles an hour. Now we're doing a long course at Sonoma instead of short course and giving this one a try. Charles Sanford is alongside of him in the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet. Row 2 rather, has Joshua Collar, the number 43 STP Pontiac. Beside him, the number 13 Geico Chevrolet. It's Seth Cole. He's alongside. Row 3 has Kyle Matthews, the number 42 Maliella Pontiac. Beside him, Jessica Shelton, the number 9 Dodge Dealers Dodge. She's won here before. Joshua Osborne, the number 10 Tide Ford, has the inside of the next row down. In the 4th row, and beside him, Dylan Young, the number 2 Miller Genuine Draft Ford, the winner at Bristol. Osborne won at North Wilkesboro. Dalton Day, the number 20 Home Depot MB&A Pontiac, has the 5th row down, and beside him, Trent Dunham, the number 1 Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet. Then it's Johnny Gardner, number 28 Texaco Haviland Ford, and beside him, the number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. It's Zach Rogers. He's alongside in row number 6. Row 7 has Kev Scherer, the number 32 Tide Pontiac, and beside him, the number 18 Interstate Battery Chevrolet. It's Jeremy Jones. He's alongside. Row number 8 has JT Bryant, the winner at Talladega this season, number 12 Alltel Dodge, and beside him, the number 01 U.S. Army Pontiac of Levi Shones. He's alongside. Row number 9 has Ryan Madden, the number 71 Prodigy Chevrolet, and beside him, there were 00 Aquafresh Pontiac, the winner in Atlanta this season. William Bedford's alongside. Then it's James Richardson, the number 35 Tabasco Hot Sauce Pontiac, and beside him, the number 15 Hayes Modems Ford. It's Nicholas Romero. He's alongside. Then it's Matt Dallio, the number 6 Valvoline Ford, and beside him, the number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet. It's Chris Dodd. He's alongside. Here comes the command to fire the engines here at Sonoma.
Drivers, start your engine.
Man's been given the fire the engines. We got some racing here today on this twisty, turning 2.52 mile racetrack. Now, what makes this course different than the short course that everybody else runs? Well, you're going to see there's going to be a little bit of a little part of the course here they call the carousel, which is turn 6. Now you're going to see what turn 6 looks like at Sonoma. Actually, turn 5 and 6, I should say, rather. Since we always seem to say turn 4 to turn 7, where they had the chute some years back. But this is going to be the long course, and this is going to be the same course that the Indy car guys run now at Sonoma. So they're what the Cup and what the NASCAR guys used to run way back in about between 1989 and 1997. So this is what this course is going to look like as the field being led in the hands of Levi McIntyre, Thrash Maniac Rockin' Wrestling Racing. He has the pole for today's event, Charles Sanford alongside the DuPont Chevrolet. Car number 24. As the green flag about to wave, as the Fuller House 350K is about to get underway. And the green flag waves, and here we go, hit Sonoma. Under the Autolite Bridge they go. Levi McIntyre didn't quite get as good a start as he had hoped to, as Charles Sanford leads the field now, as now Levi now battles with Jessica Shelton for position. That's for 4th, or 3rd rather. And it's Charles Sanford jumping out to the lead with Seth Cole running in 2nd position. Seth won his race back in season 13. Turn 4 seems to be the trouble spot on this course. And there they all go. And everybody gets through safely. Charles Sanford leading them out of turn 6. That's the carousel part of the course. Now they head off into the straightaway for turn number 7. Let's see how fast these cars get down there. Down the first gear at 45 miles an hour. And Charles will set him up for the S's. That's turn 8. 8A. And here comes turn number 9. And that's turn 10. Down to about 100 miles an hour through that part of the course. Now through for the hard brake for turn number 11. And down to about 40 miles an hour in first gear, the slowest part of the course. So 7 and 11 could be some good passing opportunities on this racetrack as the yellow flag is waved here at Sonoma. And it looks like Zachary Fitzwater in the 45, I believe, has got problems on his car. Cooper Cyron getting around Jesse Turner, the 17 car. So caution number 1 waving on lap number 1. No surprise at Sonoma. Long course or short course don't make a daggone bit of difference. Take a look in replay as to what happened. There's Fitzwater. He gets. This is happening in turn 7. Now we've mentioned 7 is also a trouble spot on this course, or can be a trouble spot. And here he gets turned around by Corey Williams in the 31 car, and see some debris flying off of that 45 Sprint PCS Chevrolet. Just a simple spin around, and I don't see why that even caused a caution. Like he got back going again, but yeah. So a rough start to this Fuller House 350K here at Sonoma, California. So we'll see if we can try this again. The pace car lights are off. Here Charles Sanford's the leader of the race. Seth Cole in second position. Jessica Shelton running third. Fourth position, Levi McIntyre. Joshua Collard, the winner at Riverside this season. The first road course race stop of the season. He's in fifth. Dylan Young sixth. Kyle Matthews seventh. Trent Dunham eighth. Ninth is Zach Rogers, and 10th is Joshua Osborne. As the field is about to get ready for green flag racing, we'll have it on lap number 4 of this event. Ordinarily, the caution flag would take 4 laps, but on a road course, it seems to take 2 laps of caution flag. This is a simple spin out, no question, as the pace car ducks off onto the other side of pit road. That's another unique part of this road course, is that there's a pit road on the other side of the track, kind of like a front stretch, back stretch pits type. They used to call this course Gilligan's Island, and I don't know what that was all about. Sanford's car almost stalls on a restart. I don't know what that was all about, but he got an excellent jump on Seth Cole. Whether that was strategy or not, who's to say, but... And now Levi McIntyre battling with Joshua Collard for the 4th position as they come down through into 3 and 3A. Dylan Young holding his own right there in that 6th position. There's turn 4. There's turn 5 right there. Now they go up it. Now they chuck up the hill. There goes turn 6. That's the carousel. And down through there at about 86 miles an hour in 2nd gear. Charles Sanford, his only win in Castrol GTX Cup Series, came back in Season 8 at Homestead, Miami Speedway on the Ford EcoBoost 400. He hopes to get his 2nd win. He has not won in, this is going on 7 seasons, he has not won in this series. That's crazy. And he does have an all-star race win. That was back in season 9 at Charlotte. It'd be kind of crazy to get, if he gets his second win on a road course. Now that'd be, but he did run good on the road course at Riverside, coming in, I believe, with a, I think with a third or fourth place finish in that event. I'm not really remember where he finished in that race. And he does come in this race 6th in the points chase. Here, Seth Cole had been on a move though. He moved up to 17th in the standings, coming in after a string of good runs. He had a great run in the last race on the tour at Michigan. Hopes to hang on that spot. Jessica Shelton, she comes in this race the points leader, and likely will probably extend her lead in the points chase with this third place run. She has won at Sonoma before, so said, in fact, has won on all 3 of the road courses: Sonoma, Riverside, and Watkins Glen. In fact, Riverside was where she got her very first Castrol GTX Cup Series victory. And she has a winner, and she has won this season over at Martinsville. Levi McIntyre, he's been on a points move as well. He's up to 10th place in the points. He got up as far as 9th, but dropped back after a bad run at Michigan. And here he hopes to, and likely he'll probably move up a lot though, because some of the ones who are actually ahead of him in the points chase are actually way back in the back. So in his field, so he's running back. So given the Excite Barriers SKF Ford for Thrash Maniac Rock and Wrestling Racing, a great run here today. Joshua Collar, the self-proclaimed road course ace of the Castrol GTX Cup Series, or any series in the NR as a matter of fact. He won at Riverside. He currently runs 5th at the moment. He has 2 wins so far. The only other win came at California Speedway, so both his wins have come in the state of California. He hopes to get a win outside of California. He hopes to do that with the next race on the tour at Kentucky Speedway. Dylan Young, the number 6 Miller Junior Draft Ford. He looks to break out of the slump he's been on all season long, except for his win at Bristol. He sits 36 in the standings coming in. And we got a battle for position going on for 7th between Trent Dunham and Kyle Matthews. Dunham running in 7th position for Sega Motorsports, the number 1 Tracker Boats Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet, representing his driver Jamie McMurray. Kyle Matthews with his famous Melliella colors. Given both those riders a strong run, Dunham running in 7th position, Matthews in 8th, and Matthews tries to go to the outside of the track, but falls back in line behind Dunham as they go off into turn number 7. Kyle, not known for being much on the road courses, but he seems to run good on them. That's the strange part, I guess you might say. Zach Rogers running in 9th position, the winner this season at Dover in the FedEx Autism Speaks 400. Made the late race pass on Charles Semmer to take the win in that event. Charles had his chance for a win foiled on that day. Hopes not on this day too, as he still leads the race. Joshua Osborne running in 10th position. He tied Ford, the winner at North Wilkesboro this season in the First Union 400. Johnny Gardner right behind him in 11th position, having a whole lot better run in this road course than he did at Riverside. There is Johnny. You remember Johnny had a bad qualifying run at Riverside and finished 39th in that event, and he ditched that road course, set up to built a different road course car for Sonoma, and working very, very well right now. I'm sure I'll make some tweaks to this machine when they bring it to Watkins Glen for a little bit later on in the season. 12th position, Jeremy Jones, the number 18 Interstate Batteries Chevrolet, the winner at Las Vegas this season. He currently sits 19th in the standings right now. JT Bryant, the winner at Talladega, 13th in the field in the Alltel Dodge, number 12. There is James Richardson. He comes into this race 5th in the standings in the Tabasco Hot Sauce Pontiac. Levi Shones in 15th position. 16th right now is Ryan Madden in the 71. There he is. Matt Dallio in 17th. Nicholas Romero, the winner at Rockingham, and running in 18th position. There's the Atlanta winner, William Bedford, running in 19th. The Aquafresh Pontiac, there is Stephanie Gardner in 20th. 21st is Michael Turner. 22nd, Austin LaPlante. 23rd, Chris Dodd. 24th, William Brock, the winner at Pocono this season. And the Richmond winner right behind him, Quentin Moore, the Sitco 4 car 21, representing his driver Morgan Shepard. He's in 25th position. 26th is Zach Flickinger. He came in this race 3rd in the standings. He's going to drop back with a bad run like that. Then it's Zach Austin, the 23 Smokin' Joe's Campbell Ford. He almost won the Daytona 500 this season, but ended up losing that race to Marty Johnson, who's way back in the back. Noah Carr's running in 28th position. And for those of you a fan of his channel, Swagger's 42. Check it out though, and check out his serious NASCAR. And check out his serious NASCAR parodies. I think's what it's called, but it's a stop motion series, much like almost like what guys like Double E Dud does, you know. But which also check out his channel too. So Matt Dallas McIntosh running in 29th position. 30th is John Arndt, the Coca-Cola 600 winner. Corey Williams running in 31st, matching his car number. Luis Hernandez, 32nd position. And the Michael Holligan Chevrolet. There is Marty Johnson, the Daytona 500 champ, running in 33rd. He sits second in points. He was 1 point behind Shelton coming into this race, so I'm sure that's going to be extended a whole lot more now after this race. Here, of course, provided where they finish and provide where they shake out in the points coming out of Sonoma. Ryan George, who won the All-Star race at Charlotte, the surprise winner of the All-Star race. He was one of the transfers to win the event. I think one of the few times that's ever happened in this series. Joseph Romero running in 35th position. He too had been on a bit of a move in the point chase. Joseph Romero was 24th in the points. He had been up in the top 20 before this season. Dylan Poteet, who usually is an excellent road course racer, he is way back in the back in 36th position. And so too is Kev Sheeran in the 2032 car. He's back in the back as well. Poteet way up the track, and Poteet, by the way, was the winner of the last stop on the tour at Michigan Speedway. And moved his way up to the 25th spot in the point chase after being stuck in the 30s for a long, long time this season. Cooper Styron, the Darlington winner, running in 38th. 39th is Zachary Fitzwater. 40th is Jesse Turner. And 41st had an excellent road course setup in his car for today. Qualified very well, but not too much today. Dalton Day, you see a little hood crumple on his number 20 Home Depot Pontiac. Dalton was the winner at Texas this season, breaking his long story winless drought. And we go back to the leader, Charles Sanford, the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet. And I tell you what, if this season, if there's anybody who's had a big turnaround from last season, it's this man here, Charles Sanford, 26 in the points last season. You remember last season he had that NASCAR 2000 paint scheme all season long, and basically just sucked. That's about all season long. That's about all I can say right there, except for a couple of top 5 finishes. But all in all, bad luck out of that NASCAR 2000 scheme. Now goes back to the Rainbow scheme and is on the cusp of maybe winning his first race of the season in 3 more laps in this race here. But Seth Cole might have something to say about that in that 13 car, runs in second position along with Jessica Shelton in that 9 car. There is Shelton running in 3rd spot in the number 9 Dodge. And we have an onboard camera with Shelton. We always seem to, I think. For those of you who are wondering. Because of, course, the carousel on this road course, it's about you kind of drive it a little bit differently coming out of 7 than you would on the short course at Sonoma. And there she is coming out turn number 10, I believe. And there she is. 3rd gear, 2nd gear, first gear in turn 11 at about 37 miles an hour. She's in third position right now. Levi McIntyre still in fourth. Fifth is Joshua Collard, who fell back a bunch. Dylan Young running in sixth position. Seventh is Trent Dunham. Eighth is still Kyle Matthews. Ninth is still Zach Rogers. And 10th is still Joshua Osborne. It will be the white flag next time by Charles Sanford, the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet. Not known for his road racing prowess, but he had a great run at Riverside, the last stop in the tour. Thought, hey, well, let's bring this car back to Sonoma. And guess what? Leads the race here. He started outside pole. Levi McIntyre beat him to the pole position, but slipped back on the start, and that was all he needed. Right now, Charles has led every lap so far, but Seth Cole kind of stalking back there in second position, even though he is 1 second back, and that's kind of hard to make up. Unless, of course, something goes wrong with Charles's car, but which doesn't look like it's going to happen right now. Taking back through the field here as the white flag is about to wave over Charles Sanford, the DuPont Chevrolet car number 24. It's coming to start finish line. The white flag waves. 1 lap remaining for Charles Sanford. Seth Cole still second. Shelton still third. As they come down through turn number 2, Sanford brings her down through 3 and 3A. Kind of funny part about the Sonoma road course also is this is kind of uphill for about half the track. And then it's uphill for about half the track, and then the last half of the track is downhill. So here he comes down through turn 6, the carousel, and now rounding through turn numbers. Now rounding out of 6 on the throttle, a little bit of a straightaway. Whereas on the short course, you don't normally have you don't even have a straightaway, at least on the short course. Little straightaway to turn number 7. That's at about 44 miles an hour that time through turn 7 in first gear. Here it comes down through the S's, and it's all downhill from here. Well, on this course at least, but it's uphill for Charles Sanford as he comes down through. As he has about a couple more turns to negotiate down through turn number 10. Does have turn 11. That's one of the hairpin part of the course. Down takes it very carefully down through there, down out of turn number 11, and he is going to do it. The number 24 DuPont Chevrolet, for the first time since season 8 at Homestead Miami Speedway, Charles Sanford wins at Sonoma. His second win of his career in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, first of the season. Seth Cole comes on second, third to Jessica Shelton, fourth to Levi McIntyre. And there's Joshua Collard coming across in 5th spot. 6th is Dylan Young. 7th to Trent Dunham. 8th to Kyle Matthews. 9th to Zach Rogers. And Joshua Osborne coming home in 10th. And then you see a little bit of a hood crumble on his car as well. So apparently he must have gotten into a little bit of a tumble. Probably may have to look back as to what happened at one part of the course, but we're gonna try to replace while we go through the running order. But Charles Sanford, for the first time since season number 8 at Homestead Miami Speedway, takes the win in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. As he takes home the title here today. We gave you the top 10 already. Johnny Gardner comes home in 11th position. 12th was Jeremy Jones. 13th, JT Bryant. 14th was James Richardson. Levi Shones 15th. 16th was Ryan Madden. Matt Dalio 17th. 18th was Nicholas Romero. William Bedford 19th. 20th was Stephanie Gardner 21st. position belonging to your 21st position belonging to Austin LaPlante. 22nd, Michael Turner. 23rd, Zach Flickinger. 24th was Zach Austin, Quentin Moore. 25th, Noah Cars. 26th, William Brock, Dallas McIntosh, top 28. And some big names down in the field there. Kev Shearbert is way up to 29th after being back in the back. But not enough, obviously. Marty Johnson, 33rd. He was second in points coming in, so that's going to drop him back in the points. Dalton Day, 35th. Joseph Romero. Dylan Poteet, 37th, the former winner here at Sonoma. And down to Chris Dodd, dead last in the field here at Sonoma. So that's how the finishing order ends up at Sonoma. And I think I got to the part though where all this craziness happened, I think. And I think it's gonna happen right about this point. I think it happened right there with I was trying to figure out what caused a lot of the course ringers to kind of like yeah, see, it happened right there where that little bobble happened on the restart. That kind of happened there. Yeah, that was where Dalton Day and Kev Shear and Osborne got the little bit of a damage there, especially what dropped Kev Shear and Dalton Day back. They got jammed. That was happening. That started with that log jam that happened on the restart, and then and caused Shear and Dalton to kind of like get log jammed behind, and then I think that's where it hit pit right after that. Yeah. So anyway, congratulations. So anyways, that's it here for the Fuller House 350K, and our congratulations again to Charles Sanford, a winner here today at Sonoma, his second win of his career in the series, and his first in season 8 at Homestead. And that's going to sure move him up in the point chase, no question, as well as a lot of the drivers who finished up in the field. Sorry for that long delay for trying to find the replay, but anyway, just got to know what happened. So for now on, the next stop on the tour will be at Kentucky Speedway for the Quaker State 400. And until then, this is James Qualls, and this is a production of the NNSCRA, celebrating 5 years of offline racing at its best.